good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on The Good Life Monday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on Money Monday, opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and for everyone else. We do this weekdays at 11 a.m., so make sure you tune in with Money Monday, Relationship Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Gumbo Talk Thursday, and of course, The Good Life Friday. It was a rainy and stormy early Money Monday. How was it for you, Lee? Look, he's like, I know, because Lee had to be here at the crack of dawn. Actually, before the crack of dawn, huh, Lee? He was here before the crack of dawn. How was your drive in, Lee? Was it? He's looking over here. I know my son was awakened by lightning and thunder. Telly, how was your morning?
Good morning.
Good morning. How was your morning?
I'm good.
No, how was it? Rainy?
Oh, yeah, it's raining. It's all good, though.
Raining, a little, something going on. Well, the theme of this week is do it is now, kind of doing it now, and it now is the time, because, I don't know, I was sitting in my bathroom about 5 o'clock this morning, wrapped in a blanket, having a realization of this could be it. And I don't know how many others of you had it, but if you saw the little red parallelogram that was highlighted on your phone screen, I don't know if you had that realization too, because I have all of my documents in this like one file container, birth certificates and things like that. I took that. Well, number one, I woke up my child. I went and got him. I was like, let's go in the bathroom. I got my documents, I got my purse, my keys, my computer, and we went in the bathroom. And I'm like texting family members and they're like, wrap yourself in a blanket and I was like, I didn't even think about that. That's a really smart idea. So if there's like, stuff flying or whatever, that you are taken care of. And we live in New Orleans. We've always had hurricanes. We've had, things like that, but those immediate disasters that can literally change your life, I had that moment this morning. And I don't know, how many else had it, but I know y'all had that early in the morning if you were in that red zone. And wow, speaking of opening your mind, it opened my mind. And so if there's ever something you wanted to do, if there's a time when you were, that inner calling is nagging upon you to do whatever it is for you, your passion, your purpose, whatever it is, now is the time. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not 2 weeks from now, not next year, not I'm going to do it eventually. Now, it's the change of seasons. I actually, because I was up and bushy-tailed, I watched Bishop Love. He's actually on WBOK on Sundays from 12 to 3, but he does this early morning, kind of like a 10-minute get you right for the day. Yeah. And so I was watching him, and he was discussing, it was perfect. He was discussing how during the change of seasons that there's always that rough time. And he's like, we're going from winter to spring. And so that's why you see a storm, because, having that change is sometimes difficult. And you have that storm, but don't give up during the storm, because it's just a change of season. And I was like, wow. As we're physically going through it and spiritually going through it. So, Telly, I'm just saying, whatever it is for you, and everybody's thing is going to be different, don't wait. Literally, the time is now. Start doing it today. Telly, I don't know about you, but that was a reality check sitting in that bathroom, like tornado warning. It wasn't like a watch. You know what that means? Look, it could be coming in your area. It was a warning. It was like, it's coming. And after all the tornadoes that have happened, in the New Orleans East, it wasn't something I was, kind of just like, oh, okay. No. I was like, it could be me. We always think it can be somebody else. It could have absolutely been me. And I was not going to take, it for granted. I wasn't just going to be like, oh, and roll over. No. I got up. I got my stuff. I got in the bathroom. I got my child. We wrapped ourselves in blankets, and we waited until the time. Actually, we waited until extra just because I wanted to be safe, and I was watching, all of the weather forecast. I had, WWL on, Aiden had WDSU, and we were both like switching back and forth on our phones. We listened to our governor. Thank you, Governor Edwards. Made sure our phones were charged. But, it's following these things, and are you ready for the time when it happens? Because that time was 5 o'clock in the morning, from 5 to 5:15. That's what it was for the New Orleans metro area. And that was a real moment. And as a parent, you're looking at your child, I'm like, how can I protect him? And he was laughing because he started playing this game on his phone. And no joke, y'all, it sounded like a train. And I was about to take him and push him in the tub. And he was like, how are you going to push? I said, it is the might of a mother, that extra strength that just comes upon you. I was really about to do it. And wow, I don't know. I was really moved this morning. So everyone out there, whatever you're going through, it is just a storm. Your season is on the other side of it. Don't give up. And whatever you need to do, start today. The time is now. Telly. Now. And speaking of it, now is the time to vote, too. Now. Get your mind right. We have some runoff. We have a runoff coming up. Don't we, Telly?
I mean, do you have a guest on the show this morning?
I don't need one.
Yeah. I would say to that I heard, as you get older, and I guess when you have children, you have a tendency to get up more, right? Mm-hmm. And you drink more water, you have to use the restroom and whatnot, and you get up, you hear the song, you check on your children. It's just natural instinct. And so I will say that in understanding what seasons are supposed to be and who you are, I guess the biggest message that I heard, and even going to hear my pastor, Bishop Phoenix, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you've done. Some people, just based off of not sheer luck, but God's grace, has favor on their lives. Yes. It's difficult for people to see the old Eileen, or more importantly, see the old Telly, and think that he's supposed to be someone that's a new. And it may have been that it wasn't how great he was. It could be that God just favors the kid. And there's just nothing that you can do about it. There's no devil in hell that can do anything about what is supposed to happen, what is ordained to happen for your life.
Right.
And there isn't a knock against others. It just so happens the way that the cars are made for you. And we learn that even though Christ, Jesus, God, however you want to conceptualize it, may put negative things in your life in order to allow you to grow bigger and better.
Absolutely. Wow.
So
absolutely.
The person that I thought I was in February 2015 when I lost my mother, I'm so much better than that now.
Wow.
And maybe she may have been she wasn't an inhibitor, but maybe some of a crutch, because I was always looking to her and not looking past her and seeing the God that was shining behind her.
Wow.
And so I say that now to say that even as we transition into the things that are important to us, April 29th, there's one last race on the ballot. April 15th through 22nd, there are two candidates that have prepared themselves and have asked for service. It just so happens that we're supporting one, of which is Rachel Johnson.
Who happens to be my family.
Who happens to be her family, her cousin.
Happens to be my cousin. So if you didn't hear, Rachel Johnson is my cousin. She is running for judge, and we would really, really appreciate your support. Family first. It's blood, y'all.
Family first. But with that said, we are conscientious of how, when elections, this is one, It's April 29th. I know Usher Raymond is performing on that day, and that's important. But if you early vote for those 6 days, you don't have to be concerned about us messing up your Jazz Fest weekend. But with that said, these elections as it relates to Civil District Court seat initially being someone that will handle the domestic docket, we have family, we have friends, we have children. I imagine that the individuals who are seeing the domestic docket right now, Judge Nikisha Irvin, Judge Monique Barrier, Judge D'Souza, would tell you how significant and important it is when people come and deal with child custody as it may relate to divorce or just what's going on with the best interests of the children important. And in the city where we're talking about black children, it is vital and important. And the reason we suggest that Rachel has the credentials is because she's a social worker and an attorney. And those two things are significant for the population of people that are served. And that's black people, white people, rich people, old people.
Everybody.
In this city, I know we have a tendency to talk about black and white, and unfortunately, at times, those differences separate us. But it has to be that in this country that we're looking at people who have and people who don't have. And you hear Oliver Thomas talk about that on this station of how significant that is. So we want to ask you to vote. And we're not asking you who to vote for. Eileen is very fervently telling you who to vote for, but to participate within the process.
I'm saying please read about her and please support my family. I am. Rachel Johnson.
And so as a portion of that,
I'm clear.
You know that there are very big races coming up toward this year. So this is an opportunity to prep. This is an opportunity to listen to phone calls. We're talking about the direction of the place that we love in the city. So many times you hear people who are not in New Orleans anymore, but people that we love now in Washington, D.C., New York, and around the rest of the country, often say, well, man, what may be an inhibitor for you to come back home? Outside that they may have a big salary somewhere else, and they may have had a nice house in their family. The thing that they talk to me about the most is we don't necessarily like the politics in New Orleans. Now, that's a hard pill to swallow because I participate in a portion of that process. But within a portion of that process, politics is not easy business. It's difficult, and it's difficult everywhere. I know things in New Orleans have a tendency to be amplified because we love this place. We love this place with all our heart and our soul. We love this place so bad that we are still torturing the Atlanta Falcons on March 28th.
Yes. Ooh, did y'all follow me? I posted. Yep.
Saying not ever forget, which I think is really, really sad. I don't want to torture the people in Atlanta that much. I might do business with them at some point.
I have no problem with it.
But with that said, we know that there are opportunities to continue to get better at New Orleans every day. The murders are debilitating. They're painful, and they hurt. The lack of jobs and the poverty is debilitating. It hurts, and it's painful. But as I talk to Telly Jr. and I say when we're on a golf course or when we are at Chuck E. Cheese having fun, that is important for a man to be a man every day. There are no real days off. It's just about learning how to manage the highs and the lows and do your small part. Make sure you help your nephew, your niece. The people that we see down in the streets are nephews and nieces and cousins and nanas and aunts. All of those people are in some form or fashion related to us, or we know them in some kind of way. So if you don't have children, or the instance like Eileen where you just may have one kid and she's preparing to have probably 4 more children, we don't know that yet. God's going to bless her in that way. But with that said, she can help with the nieces and nephews, and that's what, when we're talking about voting, I know it may be that some of the candidates, you may not like everything about them, or they didn't appeal to you in a certain way. I get that. That's completely understandable. But there's a much bigger issue in play, and there's a much bigger issue as it relates to our city, our children, our taxes. I was at Norman Playground with, in Algiers, and just looking at the teenage boys walking into the playground the other day as we were driving by, and I said to myself, man, 20 years ago, I was that cat going to Starlins Park, right? I was that cat who would go to Tremaine for the summer league and play against, the people, all the dudes from St. Aug and Fortune, and all the different people I talked about. And those are the bonds that still tie me to some friends for that day. Mm-hmm. I pray that they get to 36 and that they can continue to do the things. And it isn't just voting that's a part of that. They got to eat, and they got to learn to read and write, and we got to be able to instruct them to teach them how to manage their passion and their anger and to be incredible people. But
just like you said, Telly, with regard to our children, because we have to close this out, this judgeship, people see judgeships and they're like, sometimes you vote, sometimes you don't. I'm just being real about it. But this is one of those judgeships where somebody is going to end up in these types of courts, in my opinion. This is like your family courts. It's dealing with it's something. I've been in one of these courts, real talk, because you're like, I have to go through a divorce. I have to deal with the children. I have to deal with the separation. I have to, create, whatever it is. And someone will end up in front of one of these people. Which one of these people do you want to be there deciding if you get to see your child every other weekend? Deciding on who's going to be fair with regard to, child support payments, or, the litany of things that can go on with regard to, family disputes. These are real things. You may think it does not happen to you. I never thought I was going to be divorced. Nobody gets married to be divorced. You don't. But guess what? It happens. It may not happen to you. It may happen to your niece. It may happen to your daughter. Somebody's going to end up in front of one of these judges. Who do you want it to be? It's a very important election. Telly, what is the date?
April 29th, but more importantly,
when is early voting?
April 15th through April 15th through the 22nd.
April 15th through the 22nd. We will talk about it every day. From April 15th to the 22nd, every day that I'm on air, we will talk about early voting. It is one of those judgeships that is, in my opinion, vital. It deals with our children. Y'all know how passionate I am about kids. And we want to make sure that, it is a fair and an honest person who is sitting on that bench. And I chose my words wisely so you can, choose for yourself what you think about that. Telly.
God bless you, New Orleans. God keep you. I don't know what to say after that.
Because you know exactly what I mean. And for each and every one of you who follow the race, you know exactly what I mean, too. I want someone honest on the bench.
I believe,
and that's Rachel Johnson. All right.
The thing that we've said through the course of the campaign, merit matters, but read over the candidates, see what it is. You're hearing about new races that are happening, but we have one that we have to settle. April 15th through the 22nd for early voting. And we ask everybody, come out, be supportive, ask questions. See us as folks out, in particular as Rachel and friends are out in the street campaigning. We are a big volunteer-based campaign where there's just a ton of family and friends have come on to be helpful and do everything under the sun. And so we are grateful for all of those people, but we're grateful that New Orleans is participating. It's a beautiful day outside. Even after the rain came, the sun is going to come up, and I'll say that.
Absolutely.
And we have to continue to participate. Yeah, we go to funerals and we say, well, we don't pray until something bad happens. Well, just like in voting, if you have to do the inverse, vote ahead of time before you get to that bad place. The sun is out. Have a good day, New Orleans.
Yes, and let's not forget our tornado relief assistance. We do not want to forget our neighbors in New Orleans East. If it was not a reminder for you this morning, I don't know what else that you need. We want to help those, particularly the elderly and disabled. If you are encouraged, contact the office of Councilman James Gray so we can deliver that manpower and any assistance that we can offer them. That number is 504-658-1050, 504-658-1050. And, of course, we're never going to forget we have Sushil Kumar here from SVA to give us an update on what's going on in the tornado relief. Y'all, it's real. I had a reality check this morning. Open your mind. We'll be right back. Isagenix is one of the fastest growing companies in the world because their products work. Their solutions and culture has redefined the health and wellness industry. Science backs their products and statistics back their success. But it's the people who make them successful. And I, Eileen Carter, have joined the Isagenix revolution. I've used the products and followed their system, and I swear by them. I'm on my journey of transformation and invite you to join me
me and try Isagenix today. Challenge yourself and change your life. Find information and testimonials at thegoodliferadioshow.isagenix.com. 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 Order yours today. Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
The ME Tour is coming to New Orleans Thursday, April 13th at the House of Blues. It's Marsha Ambrosius and Eric Benet coming together for one night only in the Crescent City Live at the House of Blues, located at 225 Decatur Street. For ticket information, pass the line on Foundation Room access. Call the House of Blues box office at 504-310-4999. It's two Grammy-nominated multi-platinum singer-songwriters joining forces for the ME Tour. And it's making a special stop in New Orleans Thursday, April 13th at the world-famous House of Blues. Purchase your tickets online at LiveNation.com or at the House of Blues box office. It's the ME Tour, featuring Marsha Ambrosius and Eric Benet, April 13th at the House of Blues at 225 Decatur Street. See you there. And I know that you did the same. I guess I'm out of here. I'm moving on.
New Orleans, Louisiana, and the world, get ready. It's back. It's bigger than ever. It's the Herman Magic Palace of Gospel on WBOK 1230 AM and WBOK1230am.com. Each and every weekday morning, 5 a.m. until 6:30 a.m. It's the Herman Magic Palace of Gospel, the number one high-definition gospel radio show on the radio with your host, Herman Magic Charles, each and every weekday morning on WBOK 1230 AM and WBOK1230am.com. It's the Herman Magic Palace of Gospel and your host, Herman Magic Charles.
Hi, this is Mark Morial, and I'm living the good life with Eileen Carter. Tune in to the Good Life Radio Show weekdays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. so you can live the good life too.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds, living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves, and hopefully each and every one of you. Y'all, for everyone on the North Shore, everyone in the New Orleans area, the Baton Rouge area, going over to Mississippi, tornado warning was real. And I didn't say watch. I said the warning. I found myself 5 o'clock this morning in my bathroom, wrapped in a blanket with my documents, my kid, my purse, my keys, and my computer. And I made sure I had my charger. Not even trying to be funny, but that's for real. It was a very humbling moment because I was like, what if we don't leave this bathroom? Like, what if when we leave this bathroom, nothing else is around us? Do I have everything that I need? And then I had like family members calling, like my sister was actually the one that told me to wrap in a blanket. And I was like, that's a really good idea. But we have been discussing the tornado damage and the disaster that took place in New Orleans East. And I think we've been very, I want to say spoiled, because having any disaster isn't, but we've been spoiled that we've had the ability to prepare for a disaster. But that tornado warning this morning, that was real. And that was like, I had a reality check that whatever you need to do it now. And we need to help our neighbors now. This is real stuff, because they just lived this. I was able to open my door and everything to still be there. When they opened their door, nothing was left. And we cannot forget what they went through. I have Mr. Sushil Kumar here from the SBA. He is now family, but he will only be here for so long because the program, the disaster timeline, I should say, it's not really the program because the program exists,
Correct.
But the timeline for the program for our disaster is going to be coming to an end soon. And we want to make sure each and every one of you know, because I know if I would have opened that door and everything would have been gone, I know I would have needed help. I know I would have. And so we do not want to forget our sisters and brothers in New Orleans East. So thank you so much for being here. Give us an update on SBA. And number one, let's talk about it because we're going to talk more than once.
Right.
But if they need help, if they still haven't applied yet or registered, where can they go do that?
They need to go to the East New Orleans Public Library, 5641 Reed Boulevard, 8:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Gotcha.
And 9 to 2 Saturday. This is the last Saturday that it'll be open coming up.
Wow.
The Disaster Recovery Center is closing on the 14th, which is a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
The declaration deadline is the 12th, which is 60 days from the time it was announced, which was
Gotcha.
February the 12th. So for the folks who have not had a chance to apply for an SBA loan but have registered with FEMA, please take the time to fill out your application, get the process going. For those fortunate ones, please, exactly. It's for the ones who have applied and for the ones who have gone through the process, you'll find that our process was fairly comprehensive, yet we got some results, and I'd like to share them with you if I may.
Please.
We had 144 loans approved for $4.6 million. So that works out to about $30,300 for each applicant.
Wow.
We also have in that number 15 business loans for about $1.1 million. So we have economic injury that's still out there for November 13th. That's the deadline for those people who have the structure still there, but they haven't gotten sales impact. The sales are not the same as they used to be, things along those lines. That deadline is still out there. But the most critical update is we literally have less than, what is today?
Less than 2 weeks.
Exactly. Today's the 3rd, I believe,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So we have 11 days, Monday through Friday, and then the next week. That's it.
Wow.
So time has flown. It's
I
imperative.
know, because you've been here every week, and it just seems like
Yeah, I've been here almost now 60 days as of this Friday.
that's crazy.
And for the people's lives that we were able to impact, we're grateful for the opportunity, but there's so many more. And I believe you and I have talked about this program being for the uninsured and the underinsured.
And the underinsured, yes.
We have about 2,800 FEMA registrations. So people did walk into the Disaster Recovery Center to register.
Mm-hmm.
Of them, about 1,650 were referred over to the SBA.
Mm-hmm.
But only 483 applications out of the 1,650.
Wait, so about 1,600, I'm
Roughly
rounding off. 1,600 were referred to SBA,
Right.
but only about 400,
About 500.
500 actually applied.
Correct.
So that's 1,100 people who have the possibility of to be able to get financial help
Correct.
that just didn't walk over and.
We don't know what they did with that. So, for example, one of the hypotheses
Y'all.
might be that they're waiting for the insurance check. Well, if they're waiting for the insurance check, all they got to do is go into the Disaster Recovery Center, show them a letter that says, here's my settlement letter. It's being finalized. I'm waiting for the check. I'd like to apply. Because what the SBA will do is, if they get approved, they'll add. So let's say your potential damages were $100,000.
Okay.
Insurance covered only $50,000.
Gotcha.
And you qualify for the remaining $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
We can temporarily increase the loan to $100,000, have the insurance company pay down the $50,000, and then your net loan's still the $50,000. You don't have to wait for the check to come in. So there's
So
another
I
way.
get the money from you quicker than I get the money from.
The insurance.
Wow.
Generally speaking, we are start to finish about 4 weeks, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
We try to go much quicker than that, but we don't want to overpromise and
Right.
underdeliver. Insurance companies, on average, they take between 5 to 6 weeks.
So there are people who already got checks
That's
from
correct. Correct.
If it's 4 weeks.
Correct.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
they're building the process of rebuilding. So, time is critical. Before you know it, the 12th will be here, and we certainly don't want to be on the other end of the deadline going, I wish we could help you, but you didn't
Right.
apply in time.
Right.
We can only do so much.
You can
in
only
getting
do so
people-
much.
Exactly.
Right.
So people like yourselves and listeners on the radio, every time we go out to a function, we're always talking to people. Either you're an advocate or you are an affected. Either way, you can affect change.
And we need to all be an advocate, because I don't know how y'all felt this morning, but it was real.
Absolutely.
And for anyone who's in the East, I am compelled to ask you that if you are one of those people who are referred, and there might be a deficit somewhere, SBA may be able to give you that bridge.
Correct.
It is nothing, there is no worse feeling than feeling like you're underwater financially.
Correct.
And they can help you, build that bridge. If you qualify, who wouldn't want the bridge?
1.875% fixed,
Fixed.
repayment up to 30 years,
30 years.
no fees, no points, no
No
closing
fees.
costs, no cost obligation loan. So why wouldn't you want to take the time to apply? And for those homeowners whose homes were completely obliterated and damaged, if you meet certain criterion and you have a mortgage, plan on living there, there's a potential that we could refinance your first mortgage down to 1.875.
Refinance? Hell, oh my God.
So a lot of these things can work together, but we can't target those folks specifically by calling on them.
Right.
They need to come to us.
They have to come to
and potentially ask for refinance and so on and so forth. But the resources are there. They need to go through it. Start to finish about 30 days. After they have the funds in their hands, we talked briefly about a dedicated case manager being afforded to those individuals so that they don't fall through the cracks. So whether you want more money at the end of your project, or questions about your loan, or questions about how the process works, this is a dedicated case manager that you can talk to. 1-800-659-2955.
Give me that number one more time.
1-800-659-2955.
Wow.
So, for all the right reasons and then some, we have benefits from mitigation to refinance to, relocation. I mean, this morning was an example. My prayers were, let me tell you, from yesterday, I was waiting for the storm to come, keeping an eye on every possible weather station, media outlet to see what it was like. And I'll tell you what, it was up at 4:30 in the morning watching that parallelogram that you were talking about keep moving.
Right.
And I was like,
Right.
okay, where is it? Where did it go from Lake Charles to Lafayette to you just kept moving eastward.
Yeah, and that was over me.
Yes,
I
it
was
right
like,
over you. Yeah.
it was right over me. I'm like, I'm in this little red square.
Square.
Well, parallelogram. But,
Close enough.
for all intents and purposes.
Let's not go into what's the
No.
definition of a square parallelogram.
No, I'm not,
We'll
right.
leave it to our kids to figure that out.
But I was really, I don't know, it was
scary.
it was that real moment. It was like, whatever you need to do it now.
I have family.
The time is now. Like, stop playing around. We are not promised. Do it now. And even with regard to this disaster assistance, the time is now.
Correct.
They have 11 days?
At the most.
11 days left to register.
Close the business on
The
Wednesday.
time is now. Stop playing around now.
Let me rephrase that. The Disaster Recovery Center will be open to the 14th, but the actual closing date for the program is the 12th. So a week from this Wednesday.
So 9 days.
Correct.
Okay,
So
forget 11.
Just want to compare the two.
9 days.
Because the last 2 days is really for to go in, finish up last minute stuff. You walk in there on the
Gotcha.
13th and say, I want to apply, the deadline has passed.
Okay, so we have 9 days. It is not even in double digits anymore.
Correct.
It is 9 days left. If you were affected by the New Orleans East tornado disasters, and not just in New Orleans East, it was
Up in Livingston,
in
too.
Livingston too.
Correct.
So anywhere in Louisiana that you were affected by those tornadoes, because it was like 7 that hit, right?
There were 7 tornadoes hit, affected 2 parishes, Livingston and Orleans.
Right. So if you are in those areas, or if you did business with a business that was affected and then it affected your bottom line,
Correct.
you are able to call too. But what is the worst thing? I'd rather call and then tell me, oh, it's not, this isn't a part of it, than call them like, oh, yes, we absolutely can help you. What?
And here's the other part. You brought up a very good point. Homeowners and residents, FEMA and SBA both work hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
On the business side, we are the only lender. If once you go through the process and the SBA cannot help you, we refer you back to FEMA, and FEMA's other needs assistance comes in to potentially open up other doors, which a resident may not find out if they never apply. So you've got to go through the process to find out what you're qualified for. So a no doesn't mean can't help you.
Right.
No just means that this particular program is not for you, but you've got all these other programs.
Options.
Correct. But if you don't apply,
You never know.
you never know.
We have got to apply. We have got to apply. We've got to apply. The time is now.
9 days.
9 days now. And you will be back.
That's correct.
You can't let,
Well,
yeah.
most probably I'll be here till next Monday. And after that,
Okay.
head back to Cali. I know. We'll keep in touch.
Okay. Tell us where we can go and how we can register.
3 ways to apply: in person at the Disaster Recovery Center, 5641 Reed Boulevard, on the website, or send in an application. Website is www.sba.gov/disaster loans.
/disaster loans.
1-800-659-2955. And Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 at the Disaster Recovery Center, 9 to 2 on Saturdays.
It is the best thing you can do to take your lunch and to go visit the Disaster Recovery Center. If that's all the time you have, they are there during your lunch. Please go and see if they can help you, because there's so many things that they know about that may work to your benefit. So
I've just hit the high points. The rest of it, the detail, is delivered at the Disaster Recovery Center.
please go. Give us that address one more time.
5641 Reed Boulevard, corner of Lake Forest and Reed, in New Orleans East at the Public Library.
The time is now. Make sure that we reach out to those that can help us.
Thanks, WBOK and Eileen Carter.
Thank you so much. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have Pastor Henry Bolden. He is going to pour into our souls. The time is now. Lee, I have not been more sure about our timing. It's now. We're about to break through right after the break.
Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191. Isogenics is one of the fastest growing companies in the world because their products work. Their solutions and culture has redefined the health and wellness industry. Science backs their products and statistics back their success. But it's the people who make them successful. And I, Eileen Carter, have joined the Isogenics revolution. I've used the products and followed their system, and I'd swear by them. I'm on my journey of transformation and invite you to join me and try Isogenics today. Challenge yourself and change your life. Find information and testimonials at thegoodliferadioshow.isogenics.com. thegoodliferadioshow.isogenics.com. thegoodliferadioshow.isagenics.com. Order yours today.
The ME Tour is coming to New Orleans Thursday, April 13th at the House of Blues. It's Marsha Ambrosius and Eric Benet coming together for one night only in the Crescent City Live at the House of Blues, located at 225 Decatur Street. For ticket information, pass the line on Foundation Room access. Call the House of Blues box office at 504-310-4999. It's two Grammy-nominated multi-platinum singer-songwriters joining forces for the ME Tour. And it's making a special stop in New Orleans Thursday, April 13th at the world-famous House of Blues. Purchase your tickets online at LiveNation.com or at the House of Blues box office. It's the ME Tour, featuring Marsha Ambrosius and Eric Benet, April 13th at the House of Blues at 225 Decatur Street. See you there.
And I know that you did the same. I guess I'm out of here. I'm moving on.
Calling on all those concerned about quality education. The national board members of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP, will be conducting a hearing on quality education on April the 6th from 5:30 to 9 p.m. The hearing will be held at the New Orleans, Louisiana City Council Chambers. That's at City Hall, 1300 Perdido Street in New Orleans. If you're concerned about education, please attend the National NAACP hearing on quality education and express your views. The hearing is open to the public, and there will be time for you to make a statement and ask questions. Again, calling on all those concerned about quality education in our state, please attend the National NAACP hearing on quality education and express your views. For more information, contact Kim Ford at 504-248-8594. That's 504-248-8594, or email her at nolaNAACP@gmail.com. Thank you.
The Good Life Radio Show is a proud WBOK block programmer. To advertise with the Good Life Radio Show, call 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. Open your mind and grow with the Good Life Radio Show today. That's 504-400-7127.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. with Money Monday?
Yeah.
Relationship Tuesday?
Yeah.
Wellness Wednesday?
Yes.
Gumbo Talk Thursday?
Yes.
And the Good Life Friday?
Absolutely.
And I am here with Pastor Henry Bolden. Yes. We are here on Money Monday because he likes to give us a wealth mindset. We've gone, through different ideas, but I was like, it's Money Monday. We talk about community and voting and how, and people are like, that's Money Monday. Yes. Because it affects our bottom line.
All relevant.
It affects our streets. It affects our pockets. It affects all kinds of stuff. Just talk about equal pay. Ladies, we know we are not. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation for another day. We had Sushil Kumar of the SBA. They are giving away money. Basically, he's like, it's your money. You've been paying it in all these years. If you might as well go back and get it. Look, go get your money. If you have been, devastated by the tornadoes of New Orleans and New Orleans East and Livingston Parish. Y'all, I had the reality check this morning. If they have 1,100 people who were referred from FEMA to SBA who have not, filled out their application yet. 1,100 people. They have given out millions of dollars. Wow. They've gotten some small businesses that have gotten loans up to $1 million, like with an M, million. Yeah. And they're fixed. Like 1.875%, I believe.
Fixed, the duration of.
And it can be up to 30 years. Wow. Like, did you hear all that? And if it was your house, you have a possibility of getting it refinanced, fixed at 1.85%, wow. 1.875. Wow. Who wouldn't want their house refinanced at 1.875 fixed? I don't know.
Everybody, I know.
Right. So open your mind to living differently in the world. That is out there for you if you were affected by the disaster. We are here with Pastor Henry Bolden. Pastor Bolden, the time is now. Yes, I woke up with it on my mind. The Lord woke me up. He put me in the bathroom. I wrapped myself in the towel. I had my child. I had my documents. It was real. And he was like, if it's time to do it. It is not time to be playing games because there are people who don't walk out these doors every day. And I'm about to give you a blessing that you do. So go do what I told you to do.
Yeah.
Now.
Right now.
Because the time is now.
Right now.
Go.
Ready? But that's a great segue. That's a great, because a lot of people seem to have been stuck on the ready, set,
but they don't have the instinct to go or to know when to go.
Mm-hmm.
And consequently, they squander incredible possibilities. They squander or marginalize the giftings in them because they will not take a risk or step out and move. That's really what hinders most people, because most people have to feel a degree of safety and comfort in everything that they do. But what
why are you talking about me this morning?
What you want is going to definitely pull you outside your established comfort zone. It's going to redefine comfort for you.
And I'm glad that you said that, because every time you think that you are a risk taker and a jumper, but every time you jump, the next one gets a little bit more uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So I think I take a risk, but then it's like, wait, that's a little bit more than it was the last time, so I'm comfortable right here. I don't want to. No, he's going to keep pushing you. You're going to keep getting pushed to the limit. I mean, that's what it is, right?
Absolutely. You got to keep getting pushed. If it doesn't cause you to question your own sanity, it's way too safe.
Wow, Henry, that was prophetic. And
well, that needs to soak in, because
it did.
If it doesn't cause you to question your own sanity, then you're way too safe. If you never have a dialogue of what ifs with yourself, I say, well, what if this doesn't work? And what if I leave my job in pursuit of starting my own, then I have to go back, and you inundate your mind with a whole lot of what ifs. It's not that I am against having contingencies in place, but sometimes you have so many contingencies that you rob yourself of the much needed energy and effort that needs to be invested in the pursuit of what you're going after.
Wow. You want to repeat that?
You got to make up your mind and stop entertaining the what ifs.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Well, and here's the thing. You spend a whole lot of time saying, what if it doesn't work? But what if it does?
But what if it does? What if it does?
What if this doesn't take off? But what if it does?
But what if it does?
Then you're not prepared for the backlash of success.
Right.
Because you're so concentrated and consumed by the possibility of failure.
But what if it does?
What if it does? What if I do go to national syndication? What if my book does hit the best-selling authors list?
You're making me blush.
What if they take the Good Life book series and turn it into a play or a production or a movie? What if?
Oh, Lord.
And so here's the issue.
That would be amazing.
You have to. Sometimes it's going to take everything you got to get everything you want. She wants me to say that again. I'm going to say it. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to cause you, it's going to take everything you got to get everything you want. Sometimes you get to the point where you realize that the only person you're holding out on is yourself and your own future. You got to get up every day, and some days you got to go to bed totally exhausted, not because you've worked for other people all day, but because you've conceptualized your vision. You've made aggressive steps toward development of that vision, and you go to bed exhausted. You got to exhaust yourself to the point of pushing that dream. You got to die empty. Say, I'm not taking any of this with me to the grave. Everything I was supposed to do is going to be manifested in my lifetime.
I don't know how y'all feel, but this is a good show right here. I'm digesting it myself. This is a good car, Pawpaw. This is a good show. This is a good show, Henry.
You got
yes. Yes.
It's going to take everything you got to get everything you want.
I've got to get everything that I want. And I'm going for everything that I want.
Yeah.
It's time. And the time is now. It really is. And just like you said, I've been in a situation, me too, like y'all, I know y'all listening, you're like, oh, I wanted to do this, or, even with growing a business, it's taking it from being a small business to, branching out to it growing a little bit more. You're like, it may take time away from this, but what if it actually freed you up? Or sometimes people have, and this is part of my problem too. You've been doing certain things so long and you could do so much, but to branch out, you have to give your creation to someone else. You have to let someone else help you with your dream. You have to allow other people to help grow. Ooh, that's that's a moment. It really is. I mean, you know, and I can relate it to your children when you're like letting your children go.
Yeah.
But when you do and you're like, wait, I have a life over here.
Oh,
Woo!
absolutely. Take it from somebody who's got kids in college. You're like, I don't know what I'm going to do without them. I'm just so used to them being around. And now you're like, okay, see you at Christmas.
Right, exactly.
You let them grow and bud and blossom.
And the same thing will happen with our businesses.
Absolutely.
In our minds.
Yeah.
And whatever that purpose or passion is for you, the same thing will happen. But you have to try. You have to do it. And the time is now. Stop waiting.
Stop. Please
now.
stop. Hear
Just
me.
like you said, you get stuck in the ready set.
Well, and here's the thing, because where there is no risk, your life, your business, your career, whatever it is, becomes limited to the parameters of your current routines. I'll say it again.
Yes. Say it again.
Where there is no risk, your life becomes limited by the parameters of your current routines.
It's a good show right here.
And so whoever you are listening to us this morning, I am telling you, you are worth the risk. You have to get up every day seeing yourself as the biggest investment you can make. Your biggest investment is not in IBM and other companies, and I won't call company name, but
you call it IBM.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to retract that. They're not one of our sponsors, so I'm gonna take. But
if you like to,
but if you would love
to be a sponsor,
I will talk about you all day. But you know, my biggest investment is, you know, because most of us look to invest outside of ourselves. I want to invest in a company. I want to invest in. But we rarely look at ourselves as the biggest asset you will ever have in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're the biggest asset.
And speaking of being the biggest asset, if you would like to be a sponsor of the show, give us a call. I have an agency working with me now.
Yes.
Yes, Henry. Give them a call at 504-400-7127. 504-400-7127.
Tell them I sent you.
Yes, and we will talk about you all day long.
Yeah, and I'm a good talker, so I'll talk about you.
We will go eat at your restaurant.
Absolutely.
We'll take pictures. We'll talk
about
it.
We'll do live remotes
we will
there.
Do live remotes. Yeah, we'll do it all.
Matter of fact, if you're listening, if you're a restaurant, call. We want to come somewhere tomorrow. So,
eat.
You know, yeah.
No,
we're serious.
We're serious. 504-400-7127. 504-400-7127. Join the good life.
Yes.
Look, you're talking about now. Look, I might as well say it now. Now.
Why wait?
You want to become a member of the good life? Now. It is a movement. I'm telling you, we're growing. You can play around if you want to. We are growing. If you want to be on the train, join now.
Yes.
504-400-7127. Look, talk about jump. Ready, set.
Go now.
And it's funny you say that. We are talking about Money Monday, but so many of our companies get caught up in putting money in, like, you know, how to divide their money and balance it, you know, but they don't put any money in marketing. But the crazy thing is, all of the largest companies put a chunk of money in marketing.
Yeah.
And our smallest businesses put no money in marketing. No, really. I mean, I've worked for, you know, a lot of certification agencies, and you see how businesses spend their money, and I'm like, they put so much money into their marketing. You could have the greatest product, the greatest service, but if nobody knows about you, you're stuck in the ready set.
And you're irrelevant.
You're irrelevant.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be like that, but it's the truth. You're stuck in the ready set. You're not going anywhere. Nobody knows that you exist.
Yeah.
And it really is important whether you advertise with us or someone else, but you might as well advertise with us.
Absolutely.
It really is. You're doing yourself a disservice if nobody knows that you exist.
Well, one of the greatest billionaires said, he said, if I was down to my last dollar, I would spend it last dollar on marketing or advertising.
Really?
Yes.
Right, because how could anybody give him more if they didn't know that he existed? True.
You could have the best idea, the best product, but if nobody knows, if we don't know where to come to get it, then you'll just be stuck with it.
You are the best pipe fitter. You're the best plumber. Your work lasts for years. You have the best florist. You do the most amazing, centerpieces. You have the best event planning service. You do the best kid stuff. You have the best snowball stand. You put real fruit in it. I'm serious.
And
you have
we'll
the
go
best.
to chinky businesses all because the advertisement is plastered.
That's the only one I know exists. Restaurants. I'm right here at 12 o'clock. Y'all don't want me to say eat at such and such right before I leave every day?
Right. Y'all should start sending food up. See, I'm going to tell you how to be smart. When you have a radio executive like this, start getting some couriers to send up some food around 10:30 or 11.
You know what?
Say it's complimentary.
Real talk. Somebody did that. And
Y'all
I talked about them the whole show.
Feed us. We're going to talk about you. I promise you.
Isn't that true? And look, I'm going to shout them out now. Avery's on Tulane. She has never.
I know
she
about
has
Avery's
never
on
paid
Tulane
me
because
anything
of Eileen.
because she feeds me.
She posted your pictures
does.
all over Facebook.
I did, and it's amazing food. It is on I'll even tell you, it is on Tulane and Rocheblaze. It is right behind the new hospitals. They have the most amazing barbecue shrimp. They like cut off the end of the bread
and
and
if
they
they're
like
listening
take
today,
it out
invite
and
us tomorrow. We'll come.
Look, I would go anyway. And she did. She like fed the whole station. She really did.
Wow.
But I mean, and we actually have become friends because I just started going there.
Mm-hmm.
But advertising works.
Go for
Take
it. Take
the jump.
risk.
Take the risk. And
Take
look,
the
that
risk.
wasn't even where this was going, but I'm glad it
It's
did.
worth it.
Take the risk.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a restaurant, if you would like to advertise on the Good Life Radio Show. Look, it's lunchtime.
Yes.
Perfect time for me to be talking about you. Give us a call at 504-400-7127. Nobody will know you unless you take the risk. Don't get stuck in the ready set. You know I like that.
I know. I think we should get some T-shirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck in a ready set. Don't get stuck in a ready set. Look, let's be clear. Don't get stuck in a ready set.
Yeah.
It's the Good Life, y'all. This is Pastor Henry Bolden. He gets us right. You got me right this morning because I was tired after being locked up in that bathroom for a little while.
Yeah.
So if they want to follow you, how
all
can
you
they do
got to
that?
do is just type in Henry Bolden, HenryBolden, on any social platform, and I'll come up. Or you can email me personally, hbolden3, HBOLDEN, 3 at yahoo.com.
Make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms at TGL Radio Show, at TGL Radio Show. Why? Because it's the Good Life. Stay tuned for Relationship Tuesday tomorrow, y'all, and I'm out.